So this is the homepage for the portal. This is where you're going to land whenever you type in the link for CitizenServe or you click on the link from the North Topsail Beach website. To create an account, you'll just click the login button right here in the top right. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit for you guys too. And then you're going to click register now under new to our portal. For a registration type, I'm assuming most of you guys are going to pick contractor. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then you'll put in all the information that's required and submit your registration. So we're going to go through and we're going to just create a test account really quick with my info. Okay, and it does require at least one phone number. So most people normally put in their cell phone and their work phone. You can just do one or the other if you want. But if you have both in there, that way they have two ways to contact you if needed. That would be awesome. But again, it does only require one. Okay, and then your username is almost always going to autofill to be the same as your email address. You can change that if you want, or you can leave it for convenience. I'm going to go ahead and leave this as is, and I'm going to go ahead and create a password. And as long as your passwords match, you should be good to go. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to check the box for the licenses that you hold. So for this one, we're just going to say we're a licensed general contractor, and it'll ask us for our license number and our expiration date. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in a fake license number. Well, you know what? I bet this has to be an actual license number. Hold on. Let's try that. There we go. And then we'll put in our expiration date for our license. So for testing purposes, we're just going to say it expires in a couple weeks, and we'll put in our signature. We'll save that, and then whenever we hit submit, that creates our account. So now we can go in and we can apply for whatever types of permits that we need. So on the homepage here, you'll see that you have a section for permitting and you have a section for development projects. The permitting section is going to be more like your building permits, your electrical permits, etc. Development permits is going to be basically anything for like planning and zoning. So any of your zoning applications, etc. You guys probably aren't going to use this part over here, but we do have a part for like submitting code complaints as well, if you choose to do so. On the My Account page, this is where you're going to be able to update any of the information on your account or view any of the permits that you've already applied for. We do also have similar links to what you saw on the homepage for building permits and development projects and the code violations. Under the Contact tab, this is where you're going to find any contact information for the departments for North Topsail Beach. So it'll have a phone number and an email for each of them if you need to reach out directly that way. We do have a Services tab, so this just drills down into the different departments a little bit more in their applications. So if we click on Planning and Zoning, you'll see a few different things here. You'll see a page for the submittal requirements. You'll see a part to register for a new account, which at this point you've already done, so you won't need. And then there's a part where you can actually go and apply for what you need. If you click on any of the submittal requirement links, that will tell you what you need for your specific permit that you're applying for. Some of them are links that you can click on, and it'll take you to whatever document is associated with that link. And you can, read further information, fill this out if you need to later on upload it to your application, whatever you need to do. Okay, and you'll see similar links on the permits page as well. So you'll also have submittal requirements for your building permits, And then you'll also have a spot where you can apply for permits from that page. So let's go ahead and apply for a building permit. I'm going to click apply online here and we'll choose our application type. So let's go ahead and do maybe an addition permit. And we'll choose our subtype, either single family, multi-unit, or commercial. For this one, I think we're just going to do single family. So we can put in our work description here. Maybe we're adding a bathroom. If there's already a permit for this project, then you'll do an existing project. If this is a brand new application, you'll do a new project. So we're going to go ahead and do a new project, and we'll put in an address for North Topsail Beach. Just a sec here. I'm going to get a valid address really quick. Try that one. When you put in your address, if that address is in the parcel data, it will pull in things like the parcel number and the property owner. If you decide that that's not the right address and you need to change it, you can always enter a different address right here and it'll take you back to this screen. So we're going to go ahead and put in 51 Saleview again and pull that in. Now we're just going to fill out the rest of our application. We're going to make sure we fill in all of our required questions and then we'll submit it at the end. So let me go ahead and just pop some information in here. That way we can get it submitted. So we'll put in our property classification. We'll put in who our property owner is, their phone number, and their email address. We'll put in the number of units. That should auto-populate to be 1, so you probably won't have to change it. But if there are more than 1 units, you can obviously change that number if you need to. We'll go ahead and put in our zoning floodplain permit number. Will there be any driveway work being performed? Is this an owner builder project? We'll go ahead and say yes for this one. Go ahead and say we are contractor. Are the estimated costs greater than 30,000? We'll go ahead and say no for now. And then we'll put in our information in the proposed area. So we'll go ahead and do 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then maybe a half bath. We'll also fill out any of these other sections if they apply. So if you have heated area, covered decks, etc., you'll fill in those areas as well. And then we'll fill out the project cost section. So for the building cost, we'll say maybe it's 10 grand. We will have to select a contractor. So I'm going to go ahead and put myself in there. If we have electrical, mechanical, plumbing, gas, etc., we're going to check those boxes and we're going to put in the information for those as well. So we're going to go ahead and check electrical, maybe 5 grand on electrical. And then we'll put in our electrical contractor. And we're going to say we're good with that section. If we had any other areas, we would fill those in as well. Now, this is where you're going to upload any documents that are required for the application to be submitted. Most of them have links up here if you don't have like the templates to fill out already. So you would click the link, you would get your template, you would fill it out, sign it, do whatever you need to do, scan it back into your computer, and then upload it in the coordinating field for it. So for this one, we're just going to do a CitizenServe logo, and I'm going to go through and fill in all of these documents with the logo really quick. That way we can get it submitted. And of course, if you had any of these other documents that don't show as required, you would go ahead and upload those as well if you had them. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and read the submittal note at the very end of the application. You're going to make sure everything's good there, and you're going to sign your application, save it, and then you can submit your permit. It looks like my zoning permit number is not valid and I need another one. Just a second, let me go ahead and grab a valid number really quick. There we go. So now it does pull in valid floodplain permit numbers from the system. So you will have to make sure that it is a valid number that you're putting in to be able to submit it. But now I've got a valid number in there now. And when I submit it, we should get a message saying that your application has been received. Perfect. And then I will also get an email as well saying that my application has been received or sent to North Topsail Beach for review. So to see my permit, just to make sure that it was submitted under my account, we can click on View My Requests, and that will show us our permit. So we'll click on the permit number, which is AP with 5 zeros and then a 7. And we can click on the Reviews tab, and we can see what we're still waiting on. So as we can see here, we're waiting on the initial review to be done and the other reviews as well. That way they can approve the permit and tell us whatever else they might need. So really quick on my end, I'm going to go ahead and complete this initial review. Okay, so I went ahead and I completed that initial review, and we're going to say that they still need more information from us. So now that that initial review is complete, so we'll see the start date in there, and we'll see that the status is on hold, see review comments. We're going to want to check out and see what that's for. So we'll click on view comments, and we'll see that we're missing an item, and we need to check our application and resubmit. You'll also get an email. Most of the time, North Topsail Beach will send you an email if they do need information. So just a sec here, let me pull that over. So this is the email that you're going to get after they say that you're missing an item and they change the status to resubmittal required. You'll see here that it'll list the permit number, and most of the time it'll list the exact items that you're missing. I just have this in here for testing purposes. So yeah, so now let's go ahead and check back. We're going to go ahead and edit our permit to put in the information that's missing. So again, for that, you would go to my account and then view my requests and click on your permit number. That'll take us here. So we'll see these 4 options on the left-hand side. We can either edit the permit, request an inspection, upload comments, or leave a message for the person that's reviewing it. So we'll go ahead and click edit my permit. And then we're gonna find whatever information we were missing or what's wrong. So maybe they said we need to add heated area in there. So we're gonna go ahead and fill in the heated area. And then we're gonna resubmit our information. So we'll click submit at the bottom. And then North Topsail Beach is gonna get a notification that you resubmitted your information and they can proceed with the review process. So as North Topsail Beach, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to continue that review process really quick. we're going to say everything's good to go now. So let me do that really fast. All right. So let me go ahead and reload the reviews here. So now you should get an email that everything's completed, but you'll see here the last, let's see, the permit review, everything's been approved. So now we just need to make a payment. At this point, you would have gotten an email that says that your permit is ready for payment, but I might need to log out and back in so this refreshes. Hold on just a second. There we go. So now that our screen is refreshed, you can see that North Topsail Beach has changed our status to ready for payment. We can see that the balance due is $150, and we have this lovely make a payment button on the left-hand side now. So we're going to go ahead and make a payment. That way North Topsail Beach can issue our permit and generate our certificate. So we'll go in here to make a payment. We'll click the make a payment button, and that will have us proceed to the payment screen, and we would enter in all of our information and hit continue. Okay, so let me go ahead and put in a payment internally on this one because obviously I'm not going to be able to do it on the portal. Just a second. All right, we've got that payment in there. So now at this point, North Topsail Beach is going to issue the permit and generate your permit certificate. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. Just one moment. All right, perfect. So now we've got the permit issued, and you're going to get this email notification that you see here. It says your online application status has been updated. The new status is issued, and you can click the link here to view your application. When you click that link, it's just going to take you to CitizenServe. That way you can go to view my requests and do exactly what I'm about to do here. So let me go ahead and refresh my screen and get back to the permit. So now we can see here that our balance due is 0 and our status is issued. So we're basically done on this one. And if we check the documents tab here, we'll see that we have a new addition permit. If we click on this blue link here that says addition permit, it'll download our permit for us and we can open it, we can print it, we can do whatever we need to do with it. And you should be good. You should be pretty much done with this permit. If you do need to request an inspection, you'll do that on the left-hand side here. So really quick, just let's say your permit's been issued for a couple weeks and you're coming back on the portal to request an inspection. You're going to log in, and then on the My Account page here, you'll click View My Requests to view all your permits. You'll click on the permit number, and you'll click the Request an Inspection button once the page loads. You can choose your inspection type, so maybe it's electrical final this time. We'll put in the date that we would like it to be inspected. We'll put in a phone number for a point of contact. And if we have any access instructions, we can put those in here. So maybe there's a door code or something like that. If we have any other notes, we'll put that here as well. So maybe call upon arrival. We'll submit it. And then North Topsail Beach is going to get that inspection request. They're going to get with you once it's scheduled. I believe you'll get an email as well for when your inspection is scheduled. They'll come out, they'll inspect, and it will all be documented here in CitizenServe. So now that we've submitted our inspection request, we can click on the inspections tab here, and we'll see our inspection type, who it's assigned to at the moment, and the date that it's scheduled for. If we need to reschedule it, we can click this button here. We can put in our reschedule date and anything else that we want to, and we can hit submit. Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far?
Brandy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, this is Kate. We have a question from one of our contractors, Mr. Dabbs. What is your
Yeah. Sorry, Kate, I can't hear you anymore. Are you still there?
I'm going to translate when he's done.
Oh, okay.
So Brandy, his question is about when to fill out trade applications, because when you put it on an addition application or a new construction application, we require that they go in and fill out the independent trade to associate with that. So I think I can answer this question. If you look at the sheet that I gave you with the instructions on how to apply for a new construction, you do your driveway first, then your zoning and floodplain, then your new construction, where it asks you the basic information. Who are your subcontractors going to be? Once you've submitted that, then you would go and fill out your individual trade applications. And the reason we do that, Brandy, is so that we can see more specific information about the exact project, like what type of electrical work is going to be done, how many plumbing fixtures are going to be put in. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, are there any other questions, or is there anything else that we want to see so far? I believe I
Yeah.
went through the entire general permit process, but is there anything else we want to touch on?
Randy, you did great. Actually, Mr. Dabbs had another question about scheduling inspections, but again, you can only hear me talking through the microphone. So his question was how to schedule those rough-ins. You can either do it through the master build permit, or you can go to the individual trade permits and request those inspections. You can. When you do that, I go in and translate it and turn it into individual inspection requests. So it's a little more legwork for me, but you can do that. Does anybody else have any questions? Brandy, I think you did an exceptional job. Thank you for waking up early. Brandy's in a different time zone than us, you guys, and she got up early to do this presentation for us. So I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. I'm actually the only one on Central Time with our company, so it's really not too bad for me. My pleasure. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, okay?